Hey guys, thank you for joining me on another video specifically regarding the general liability insurance policy and some particular forms, some policy language, some exclusions on the policies that I think general contractors really need to pay close attention to. So when it comes to general liability insurance for general contractors, no two policies are the same. That's really important to keep in mind because a lot of times what we see here at the insurance agency is general contractors are too focused on the premium. Now we understand and premium is important, has to fit into the budget, has to allow a business to operate and be profitable. So the cost of an insurance policy can't be too expensive for what's affordable. But when you're talking about 10, 15, 20% difference in premium, but the coverage is far less adequate for those cheaper, and I hate to use the word cheaper because cheap means a lot when it comes to insurance coverage. It's not substantial dollars and you have all these extra restrictions or exclusions or endorsements that aren't worthwhile in our opinion, then what's the point? So I want to give you 5 policy forms that you should look out for when you're reviewing your general liability policies. Number 1 is any version of the prior work exclusion. It may be called different things, but you need to be mindful. When you're talking about an occurrence form policy and the trigger of the claim and which carrier is responsible, a prior work exclusion can really hurt your coverage. Completely exclude your coverage. And not only does it exclude it on your current term, but now you're basically without coverage for all the work you performed prior to purchasing that policy. So the prior work exclusion is really important. Look at your policy, read your language, make sure you don't have it on there. If you do, speak to your insurance professional, give us a call, we can help you. Number 2 is the action over or third-party action over exclusion. What people don't realize a lot of times when it comes to construction is that, let's say you're a general contractor and you hire a sub. If a sub's employee gets injured on the job, of course you want to make sure your subcontractor carries workers' compensation, right? But what people don't realize is even if they have work comp for that subcontractor's employee, that employee gets paid out, they can still come and sue you as the project owner because they were injured on your job. That happens, it doesn't come back on your work comp policy, it comes back on your general liability policy. And if you have a third-party action over exclusion or an action over exclusion, meaning for your own employees, we have seen this happen before. Be very mindful of this. Look at your policy. Make sure you don't have a third-party action over or action over exclusion. Number 3 is subsidence. Now, the definition is extremely broad. Things that could happen after you build a structure that could cause subsidence and then any type of damage relating to that subsidence incident. A lot of policies exclude subsidence on contractors' policies. It's a scary thing, right? But read it, understand it, and if your insurance professional hasn't worked with the insurance company to remove it, that's something that you should look out for. 4th one is any policy that has project size limitations. There's a well-known carrier out there that has a 5,000 square foot limitation for residential projects and 20,000 for commercial. What general contractor wants to go out, bid work, and operate a business that has a size exclusion on their policy? I mean, that's a gray area if you have asked us. So again, policy may be inexpensive, but is it worth it? That if you go and win a job on a home that's 5,000 square feet or more, something happens and you have a loss, that you're going to have an exclusion for that claim. Being educated and understanding what's in your coverage is really important. 5th but not least is any version of the subcontractor warranty, any subcontractor language in your policy that dictates what you need to do as a general contractor to ensure that you're protected from the work performed by those subs. They vary greatly. Again, some carriers will completely exclude coverage altogether if you as the general contractor don't collect certificates of insurance, enforce additional insured endorsements, that you have copies of that you have a subcontractor agreement signed, and that agreement has hold harmless and indemnification language to protect you and therefore protect the general liability carrier's best interests, enable them to subrogate or enable them to file claims directly against that subcontractor's policy. Really important. Basically states if you have an uninsured sub and there's a loss that sub creates, you have a higher deductible. Or if you can't prove at audit that you've collected your subcontractor's certificates or additional insureds or sub agreements, that you're going to have to pay, instead of a subcontracting rate on the policy, you have to pay a payroll rate for those costs, which payroll rates are typically more expensive. Now for our general contractors, 4C Advising is a complimentary brand to Fusco Orsini and Associates. We do a lot of that compliance for generals. We can track subcontractor certificates, track their endorsements, track additional insureds and their contracts, make sure their sub agreements are rock solid. If our generals don't have a rock solid agreement, we have a service that keeps them compliant and keeps all their risk management in order. So other things that we can deliver besides just the insurance and understanding your policies. Read over your policy. If you're a general contractor, make sure you look for those 5 key endorsements. If you have any questions, give us us a call here at the office. Our number is 858-384-1506. You can email me directly at mike@foagency.com. I'll be happy to look over any of your policies or your language and help you out. Remember, if you enjoy our YouTube videos, they help you find them valuable, please like our video, comment, and notify yourself. Hit that little bell so that you're made aware of any future videos that we release. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn, look out for me on LinkedIn. Happy to connect. Heard that my content is helpful, especially for our general contractors. I tend to give information there that you might not really hear from other insurance professionals. So thank you for watching. We hope you have a great one, and we'll see you soon.